this is where I work, and then this is my little pastel room. So when I work with chalk pastel, it's so messy that the dust just gets everywhere. And so I created a little room to contain it all in. So I started drawing when I was 18 months old. The story that my parents tell is that I did a portrait of my mom, like a drawing of her face. And I did her little chin, her nose, it was like a little pig nose, and earrings, and it had her hairstyle. And they said that I did it completely with the left hand and upside down. I guess I was really drawing a lot at that time, so much to the point where I wasn't speaking anymore, or I wasn't speaking at all yet. And so it was kind of like that until I was 4 years old. And when I was 4 years old, when I started speaking, then I kind of stopped drawing as much, and somehow it got inversed. But anyway, that's the story that my parents like to tell, is that I was like drawing my mom at 18 months. I was drawing all the time. I loved to draw princesses and dresses, and it was just something that I loved to do on my own, and I just never really thought of it as something that I would actually do. I kind of just thought that was like my dad's thing. He's an animator at Disney, and I just figured that that's my dad's world, and I don't know, I just didn't think that it was something that I ever thought to do myself. I don't know why. I would work all day on a princess, and like wouldn't be able to get the hand right, and the arm was wrong, and be so frustrated, and I'd ask my mom would see me getting so frustrated, and she'd be like, "Claire, if you're getting so frustrated, you should just stop." Why would I stop, Mom? That's a horrible idea, because I was so passionate about it. And so I'd wait for my dad to come home, and I'd ask him to go over my drawings. And then little by little, I'd like retain everything that he'd tell me. And my brother is also, he's an animator, and he draws. And my dad tells this story about how different we were when we were little, because I would spend all day working on my princess arm or hand, and like it wasn't looking good, and so I'd be like really frustrated with it, and I'd be waiting for him to come home so he could come home and put a paper on top and show me how to make it look better. And I really needed it, and I really wanted it. And so he got used to that way of working. But then when my little brother started doing it, like he would come to my dad after me and be like, "Dad, look at this monster I made." And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, well, so you can do this, and this is how you can make it." And my brother just looked at him like, "Oh, I just wanted to show you my drawing." And my dad was just like, "Oh my gosh, I have two very different kids." Like for Claire, it was, she really wanted critiques, and my son, he really just wanted to be encouraged. And luckily my dad is a very sensitive person. He was able to pick up on that very quickly, because otherwise he might have kind of broken my brother. The number one thing that I would recommend is letting them have the time to do that. When they come to you and say, "Oh, I'm bored," because that happens all the time, "I don't know what to do." Well, instead of like turning on a movie or bringing out the iPad, just give them a piece of paper and some pencils, and just, "Okay, well, do a drawing for your grandpa," or just give them that space to kind of just get lost in their drawings. I feel like the most important thing while kids are young is just giving them that time to just love doing something and explore that they love doing something, rather than, "Oh, you like doing that? Okay, we'll tell you exactly how you should be doing that." And then sometimes it kind of just can kind of kill it, unless the kid himself is very passionate about going the next step. It's good to draw as much as possible if you really want to progress. Classes are great because it is a dedicated time where the kids can just be lost in their drawings. When you're faced with trying to draw something, to really try to draw it so that you understand it is kind of the basis for becoming good at drawing, is drawing it so that you can understand it like a sculptor would be able to understand something, to be able to turn it around. Because basically what you're trying to do is express a three-dimensional object on a two-dimensional paper, and you have to be able to understand the way that it's made in order to draw it. And once you know that, then you can start having a shorthand for it, and you can kind of add more personality to it, because once you know how to draw better, then you can start expressing yourself better. Kind of like when you're speaking another language. Like, it's difficult to express yourself when you don't know the language yet, but once you know it, then you can start expressing your ideas and nuances in a way that you can't when you're just trying to get the grammar down. Drawing can be really frustrating because you have something in your head that you just want to get down on paper, but your skill level isn't there yet. I mean, it happens to me still every day. Like, I wanted to express this in my drawing, but I can't because I've never drawn that. But it's in that that frustration that you kind of get better. And so just, I don't know, encouraging your kids to get used to that frustration is healthy, and to not just be like, okay, well, move on, don't do it.